I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and in my mind, I kind of was confused, and it led me asking the question where there is a line between Pan Africanism and racism. You might be wondering where I'm going to with this conversation because it sounded a little bit off during that conversation, and this is somebody I know, and so it felt like crazy. So we were talking about Pan-Africanism on a whole, and being both Pan-Africanist, I felt like, okay, what was his take on Pan-Africanism? And he felt that you could be a Pan-Africanist only if you did everything that was pro-Africa. So I asked him, I was like, so are you saying that if you were pro-Africa, supported every idea Africa, a united Africa, but then you fell in love with a white woman and got married to her, does that mean you are not a Pan-Africanist? And he looked me dead in the eye and said, yes, you are not. And I asked, how is that so? And he said that you cannot be a Pan-Africanist and you get married to a white woman. So I asked him, I was like, so you're telling me that if you were pro-Africa and got married to a white woman who was pro-Africa, who was willing to relocate to Africa, respect African culture, do everything Africans do, probably own a farm and work in a farm herself, are you saying that that's not Pan-Africanism? Because I thought the whole idea was supporting Africa as a structure. And he was so certain that no matter how much you did, if you did not go all in to do just the race of identifying as African, you were not Pan-Africanist. I found that absurd, like crazy. Because to me, I was feeling like, are you saying that if someone was in love with some other person other than someone in their race, does that make them not pro their race? So you're supposed to make a decision not to like the people you like just because you want to support your own. I couldn't fathom exactly what he was saying. And then we got to a point where we were talking about food. So he was talking about in his house he only eats rice made from Cameroon. For those who are from Dop, shout out to you. He was like, he only eats Dop rice in his house and eats local food. Unfortunately, in his hand he had a bottle of Guinness. Then I was like, aha, so you also don't drink only local drinks? And then he was stuck because I told him, to the best of my knowledge, Cameroon produces palm wine and hot drinks, what people call afofo and sha and the like. So why do you have Guinness in your hand? And the listeners in our conversation burst out laughing, like I was embarrassing him. And I was like, no, because why do you stop at just food and love? You can go to drinks, and why not push even further? Why even wear dresses? Maybe you should just be dressed in a leaf made up of barks of trees, and I mean, so at what point again do we go from Pan Africanism to racism? Not that I find people who are racist um, despicable, because as far as I'm concerned, people are allowed to be what they want to be. But I'm saying that why don't you just say it out loud instead of pretending and coding it in different ways? So let me hear what you think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I still haven't gotten over it as I'm talking to you right now.